All right, guys, it's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and today we are continuing our deep dive into PvP. This is going to be your introduction to PvP Part 3, Node Sieges versus Node Wars. I want to make sure to do this video as a compare and contrast. There are a lot of people that have confused terminology, and they're not quite sure which event is going to accomplish which effect. So let's lay it all out step by step and compare and contrast them. This is going to be your 2019 update. All of this information is current as of April 2019. So we have our two events here, and the big ones are who can start the event, and a node siege is declarable by anyone. Anybody who accomplishes the quest to get the starter item can initiate a siege against a node. Now, with that said, don't expect this quest to be easy, and we do know that you can't just do this event over and over and over again and stockpile siege declaration flags. They do have an expiration on them, so you will be using them relatively soon after acquiring them. Node wars, on the other hand, are declared by the mayor. It is the mayor of a node that sets the political state. The end results of these is that for sieges, the intention is to destroy the node. If you are successful, the node is gone. So this is how you change the geopolitical system in Ashes of Creation. And if you don't remember nodes and how they work and why you would want to siege a node, the beginning of the nodes video series is up there in the upper right-hand corner. Go check that out if you need your node understanding. When it comes to node wars, the intention is to disrupt the node. And if you're successful, certain services will be disrupted or blocked or prevented until the buildings are repaired. So there's a lot of times that you're going to want to use a node war, especially if your parent node is about to be sieged. You may see over cross-boundary lines, there might be a reason to engage in a node war against another node so that you can help block a node from growing faster than you. If your parent node is removed, there's another node off to the side. You might want to ensure your node is in a position to level, not that other node. Now, we don't have all the details on that yet because we don't have everything about the node system, but there are times where nodes will cross over regional boundaries, or a neighboring node won't be a vassal to your parent. So there's lots of reasons why a node war would be advantageous, especially when it coincides with a siege. Now, when it comes to sieges, we know that you'll get advanced notice based on the number of days relative to the size of your node. When it comes to node wars, we don't know if any warning is given. Now, my personal belief is that there will be some sort of advanced notice. Steven doesn't seem like the kind of gamer that wants like surprise node wars appearing. I think it would be pretty strange that you'd be able to assemble, say, 100 people just outside of a node, have the mayor click yes, declare war, and then instantaneously rush in and attack that node. I just don't see that fitting with Intrepid's vision. When it comes to the length of the events, node sieges are a 2-hour event, and node wars are persistent until the victory condition is met. Node sieges will all occur during the server's prime time, so inside of that window that is specific for that server's window for sieges, castles, and nodes, whereas node wars occur 24/7. So you will have times where you may need to game late, or you may need to jump on early in the morning to help defend your node or your relic from node wars, but you will never have to alarm clock op to prevent your node from being destroyed. Node sieges are people versus a node. This is a really important fact. A lot of people get this confused. Node sieges are a collection of people versus a node. Node wars are one node versus another node. Now, what we have is, for node sieges, the victory condition is you need to breach the walls, take down their flag, put up your flag, and if you do that, the node is destroyed. For node wars, the victory condition might be destroy a statue, might be steal a relic. It's going to vary from node to node. It's going to vary based on that node's level, the type of node it is, the buildings in that node, the history of the node, the social organization in that node. There are a lot of things that are going to determine the victory condition of the node wars. So if we look at this real quick, what we have is node sieges. Step 1 is to breach the gate. Step 2 is to channel their flag to remove. So you see you're going to be getting to wherever the flag is, wherever the town center is, the seat of power, whatever the final term comes to be. That's where you're trying to get to. And then you channel your flag to claim, and then the node is destroyed. Now there's some optional steps. You might want to defeat the NPC in each district, because if you do that, then you will be able to get that district as your respawn. So each of those districts is going to have a district raid boss, mini boss, NPC. If you kill them, it disrupts the node. You're also going to make sure that you defend your outpost, because the defenders can push out from the city, destroy your outpost, which is going to push back your respawn to even further. And remember, like most events in most games, the defenders always have the advantage because all they have to do is hold and run the clock. So you definitely don't want your outpost destroyed, and you want to waste time. You don't want to waste time traversing from a further away respawn. Now let's talk about node wars and the differences. Step 1 is going to be the mayor declares war, and then you're going to have that varying victory condition. And that varying victory condition is what's going to keep node wars interesting. I would not want to do node wars if every single time it was run in, kill 5 NPCs, destroy 1 random building. So what you might have is, if it's an economic node, you might have to destroy that marketplace. If it is a divine node, you might be going after that temple. If it's a scientific node, you might be going after that clock tower, and there might be a journal or a book or a recipe or an item in that clock tower you have to steal, or it might be you have to knock down the clock tower. And then the last one is, if this particular node has always been strong towards a specific social organization, you might have the Scholars Academy. They have a tower there. There might be an item you have to steal out of there, or you might have to destroy that tower. Remember, there are those buildings and nodes that the mayor directs the development of. So those might be the targets in node wars. Now, when it comes to the participants in these 2 events, in node sieges, once declared, anyone can register. The only caveat is citizens are automatically registered as defenders. There will be NPCs present, but they are not meant to be the main line defense. You will have those district raid bosses that you want to protect, because you don't want the enemy respawning inside your city. Now, what you're going to have for node wars is that it's going to be the citizens of each node involved. Guildmates in different nodes would be hostile to each other. So if your node is at war with another node, then you are at war with any guildmates who are citizens of that other node. Now, we aren't sure if citizenship can be transferred during war periods. This is what leads me to believe there will be a declaration period, because especially with that guilds thing, this might be a window for guilds to decide, hey, I need to sacrifice my citizenship and move so I can do things with my guild. We also don't know if guildmates will be blocked from partying with members of the other that are hostile. I'm going to guess, the way Steven sort of hinted at that over the last couple of interviews, I'm going to guess the answer is yes. I'm going to guess you are hostile to the members of the other node, so you can't party with them. But we know that there are varying degrees in the hierarchy, so that your guildmate might be an exception. So more to come on that at a later date. And that's it for today on Node Wars and Node Sieges. Hopefully that cleared up a little bit of the lanes in what is what. If you have more questions, as always, feel free to ping me on Discord or leave the question in the comments below. You can get me on Discord at Jahlon #0001, or you can get me on my Discord if you don't want to talk in the public Ashes of Creation Discord. You can always swing by my show on Twitch if you want to ask a question and then get live interaction. And then, as always, big thank you to my sponsors. These nice people just give me money so that I have gift cards that I can give away. There's, down in the description below, there's a link. You can click on that, and there's a gift card giveaway going on. So do that, and then, as always, thanks to my group of sponsors. That's it for today. The next couple of videos are going to be on castle sieges and castle nodes and how those things work together, and why you need to understand castle nodes to understand the gravity of castle sieges. You guys take care. Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? This video's up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.